So the Colorado Springs gay nightclub shooter identifies as non-binary, negating all the leftist speculation that the shooter was a conservative Republican, a MAGA Republican, one of those anti-democratic domestic terror. Oh, come on. Let's get into it. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It turns out that the suspect in the fatal shooting at a gay nightclub in Colorado Springs last weekend identifies as non-binary. So he's a leftist. We know that because no conservative in his right mind would ever live the life of a woke supremacist, right? And no conservative would be dumb enough to not know whether they were born male or female. The left jumps to conclusions about mass shooters every single time. They claim that it's a conservative every single time, and every single time they turn out to be false. That's because conservatives do not go around shooting people over ideology. Part of the ignorance of the left blaming conservatives is that they don't know a thing about conservatives because they probably don't know any in real life. They live in their own echo chamber, their own bubble. The only thing they know is a caricature and the cliches that other leftists tell them. Anderson Aldrich, the shooter, he identifies as non-binary. Okay, they utilize they-them pronouns and will be addressed as MX Aldrich in all formal documents, according to a footnote in the court file. Can you believe that the courts put up with this crap? They're going to actually use his personal pronouns because they don't want to offend him, right? Does this clown sound like a conservative to you? I don't think so. This clown killed 5 people and more than a dozen were injured at the shooting at the club. It was Club Q in Colorado Springs. As they always do, the left, the Democrats, blame conservatives because conservatives are usually pro-Second Amendment. I don't think the leftists grasp why conservatives support the Second Amendment. They think that conservatives support the Second Amendment because the Second Amendment allows murderers to run around with guns. What a bunch of a-holes. Conservatives support the Second Amendment so they can protect themselves against leftist non-binary lunatics that go to gay clubs and start shooting people. Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, who I absolutely adore because of her stance on the Second Amendment, she's from Colorado, and she tweeted out, "The news out of Colorado Springs is absolutely awful. This morning, the victims and their families are in my prayers. This lawless violence needs to end quickly." And that was great. But then Pete Buttigieg's bitch, almost 2 hours later, responded to Boebert's tweet by saying, "You encourage this type of hatred. Get off Twitter and start looking inward." Well, Chasten Buttigieg said this before the facts were in. This is what liberals do all over the world, and they do it constantly. They chime in with their dumbass ideology before the facts are in, and they always get caught with their pants down, and yet they never apologize for getting it wrong. I just couldn't let it go, so I responded, "The shooter identifies as non-binary, so it is you who encourage this type of hatred, and you should get off Twitter and start looking inward." You see how that works? I love to bust their balls. Okay, the American left has no shame. Buttigieg won't apologize for jumping the gun, pun intended. And neither will all of the other idiots who blamed an ideology for a human being going on a shooting spree. Folks, make no mistake about it. The Democrats want you to be defenseless in situations like this when a criminal comes in and starts shooting people in the public place. Okay? The Democrats and the left are so damn ignorant that they believe that if you ban guns, that nobody will have guns. They believe that criminals will not have guns if you ban guns. They think to themselves, well, I don't care if law-abiding citizens don't have guns because the criminals won't have guns either because we created this gun control law. Come on. The only thing that gun control laws do is stop law-abiding gun owners and not the criminals. Liberals are so stupid they don't understand that criminals do not obey gun control laws. That's pretty much why we call them criminals, right? So once again, they got it wrong on this one. The problem with the liberals is they always try to attack the inanimate object, all right, the guns. I never saw a gun yet that walked down the street and said, I think I'll shoot that guy. You know, it's the person. The old adage is guns don't kill people, people kill people. It is so true, but these morons on the left, they can't get it. It just doesn't get through their dendrites. They just can't get it through the brain. Okay, that people abuse guns when they use them for unlawful purposes. Okay, they don't want to go after the shooters because the shooters, in more cases than not, are probably their constituents. Okay, that's it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being here with me. We will see you in the next one.